Well, I guess that would help, wouldn't it, Carlos? Well, let me start over again. Thanks, Carlos. Thanks for telling me. I had to hit the little button here. I forgot. I ran the introduction here tonight. So I did Shiloh's introduction, and I explained to everybody is Shiloh, who takes care of Red Legion Apparel, did a beautiful introduction that I had going to start here. So I guess I screwed that up tonight. But with that said, I got to run the introduction. I'm going to use that introduction a lot, and I'm actually she did a really good job with that. So, but what I wanted to talk about is I brought two of my old the rifles that I used when I was deer hunting, and then I'm going to explain to you the upgrade, what I feel is an upgrade. Oh, hey, Joe, hey, Joe, how are you? Oh, there's my buddy Joe. So, Joe, Joe, you need one of our Red Legion Defense modular weapon systems. So Joe's, Carlos, you and Joe you guys would hit it off. Joe was, he's an Army guy. So Joe, hopefully things are good with you. We need to talk. We haven't talked now in a little while. But what I wanted to get to is this, is I used to have a rifle that I used that I sat with, and this is a Ruger 1. It's a single shot 7-mag rifle. I probably bought this rifle 35 years ago. I'm trying to think how long ago it was. We were trying to figure out one day. I bought this from Larry Kettle. We had a guy that was a firearms dealer here, worked out of his basement. We all used to buy our rifles from him. And this is a Ruger 1, 7-mag, 7mm. It's one of the early editions. This is one of the first rifles they came out with. And I've got a Redfield 3x9 scope on it. And that was the rifle that I used to sit with. And then from there, when I walked, now one of the reasons I gave up on the deer hunt is nobody does drives anymore. And I was the guy that liked to walk. I enjoyed doing deer drives. That was a big deal what I did. And when I did drives, this is a Browning BAR. It's 30-06. It's chambered in 30-06. But it has a 4-power weaver on it. And what I'd like to show you is this. I had this gun set up, is I've got my scope mounts, or my scope rings, are where I can see underneath to my iron sights, so that when deer are running through the woods, you're going to lose them in the scope. You have a hard time in the scope. I can look underneath. I've shot probably as many deer with my open sights looking underneath as I have using this 4-power weaver scope. But, and those are the two rifles that I used, and I used for years. The Ruger 1, I took out west when we mule deer hunted out there, and it was a great rifle to sit with. I was very comfortable. I knew where that rifle shot, and I was very comfortable with that rifle. But here's the thing: I weighed this Ruger 1. The Ruger 1 weighed 9 pounds. 12 ounces, 9 pounds, 12 ounces. The Browning weighed 8 pounds, and it was just 8.8. I think it was 8.8. It would jump up to 8.10. But the Browning was somewhere in there. The Red Legion Defense modular weapon system weighs 6 pounds, 2 ounces. And the nice part about our weapon system is this. Right now, I have a 223 wild barrel on here that I could coyote hunt with. And what I would do if I went back deer hunting is I would switch this out to a 6.8 SPC. Might even go to 6.5 Grendel, and then the other one might go to the 6mm arc that Hornady has out. Those are 3 really good cartridges that are upgraded. The 6mm is really, it's a 243 neck down or go to 6.5 Grendel, because the 6mm, if I'm trying to remember right here what it is, it's a 243 bullet that sits on a 6.5 Creedmoor casing is what they did with the 6mm. So, but you can run all of those different calibers through our Red Legion Defense modular weapon system. So with my 223 barrel, what I'd have to do is break my gun down here, go to take my bolt out, change the barrel out to whatever caliber. If I want 6.8 SPC, if I want 6mm ARC, if I want to do the 6.5 Grendel, if I want to do one of those cartridges for my deer hunting or for pig hunting, it would be, if you go to, and I didn't do that in here, but if on YouTube, or get a hold of me, go to Red Legion Defense. That's our YouTube. There's videos on there on how quick it is to change the barrels out, how efficient it is, that you could, this is a modular weapon system that you can set up however you'd like to. Now, there's an EOTech on here, and if you guys have used these red dots, I like these red dots. You keep both eyes open, and all the deer that I've shot, all the years that I was deer hunting, were within 200 yards. So with these scopes are great. We grew up with scopes, we had scopes, but once you use these red dots and you get up into this EOTech here with the red dots, oh, you won't go back to a scope. And especially if you're dealing with shooting game that's in the woods, you got both eyes open, and it's I'll tell you what, guys, this is great. I have coyote hunted with these red dots, and you tear the coyotes up with these. So the whitetails, I don't see much of a difference in that. But if I get back deer hunting, what I'm going to do is I will switch this rifle over. I'll do a 6.5 Grendel, 6.8 SPC, or do the new 6.8 military round. I changed the bolt out. I changed the barrel out. I've got my deer gun. I use the same optics. I use the same upper, the same lower. This rifle here is set up with a velocity trigger in it. It's set at 3 pounds. This gun is one sweet shooting firearm. This gun shoots really, really nice. It's got a stainless steel 16-inch 223 Wild barrel on it. You take this gun out and shoot it. The coyotes, it's a bad day for the coyotes if they're within 200 yards. So that's what I wanted to talk to everybody tonight about. It's what I wanted to share with you is if you're looking to upgrade and you're looking for a modular weapon system to upgrade with, Red Legion Defense modular weapon system. And that goes across the board for any purpose or any task that you're looking to use a rifle for. You can set our rifle up to however you think is the optimal way that you would like that. Would you set up a bolt or leave it semi? Oh, Dave, I would do semi-automatic. Carlos and I have talked about this now for a while. I would leave it semi-automatic. I think we're gonna sell the bolt action rifles because we can sell them in New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and California. And then I'm hoping that our customers get a hold of us and they order another barrel that they can drop in 2 minutes and make the rifle semi-automatic. I would do Carlos and I, we talked about this now on and off. I would stick with doing semi-automatic. I mean, these guns work phenomenal. If you take care of your gun, you clean your gun, you oil your gun, you run good ammunition, these guns run flawlessly. You've got a great trigger, you got great optics, you got a good barrel. Go semi-automatic, and in your ammunition. I want to talk more and more about that. Use good ammunition, and maybe even learn how to make your own. Making your own ammo is actually, it's soothing. I enjoy making ammo. I enjoy it because I know what the loads are. I know what bullets I'm using, the casings, the primers. I know that ammunition. I know when I squeeze that trigger, I know how fast that bullet's going to go. I know it's going to be straight because I made that ammo, and I know that I used the best components that I possibly could. So I enjoy making my own ammo, and it's another part of what I like doing in this firearms business. So with that, I wanted to share that. But yeah, I love that Ruger one. I love this Browning. I used them. I mean, I used these guns faithfully for years. But if I go back deer hunting, I'm gonna set this gun up, and this is what I'm gonna carry. I'm gonna save myself a couple of pounds. There's a lot of advantages, and this is what I feel is in 2021. This is the next best thing right here. This right here, this Red Legion Defense modular weapon system is the next best thing out there, because I can take this gun and set it up for however I'm comfortable using a firearm for whatever task I want to use that firearm for. I guess that's the best way, because you got the same optics, you got the same upper, you got the same lower, you're changing your barrel, your bolt, and your calibers. So, and you can use your same mags through a lot of it. 300 subsonic precision rifle, 22-inch. Yeah, Carlos, you're right. And under, what I'm learning is under 200 yards. If with your subsonic, because you're pushing out such a heavy bullet, that under, you and I talked about this here now, you know, the last few days. If you're reaching out to 300, if you're going to 300 meters, at 300 meters, your drop is going to be probably 54 inches, I think, is where most of the ballistics are. It's 54-inch drop. Now, if you're putting a 22-inch barrel on there, and I'm pretty sure with, geez, where's Hornady? I think, don't quote me on this one because I looked into this. Is it 100 and, is it the 140, or is it getting up to that 200 grain bullet that runs your subsonic? And within 200 yards, your drop is going to be, you know, you're dropping 16 inches, 22-inch, 200, you know, if you're looking at a deer at 200 yards, and I think if you went across the top of its back, if that deer was at 200 yards or a little bit out past there, you want a top of its back. If you were looking at aiming, let's say you would come up a little bit over the top of his back with a 300 blackout subsonic, you'd probably hit him right to the heart, the lungs, or the liver, right in the sweet spot, because you're going to drop. I think it's close to 2 feet or 20 inches where your drop is going to be at 200 yards. Under 200 yards, you'll be, yes, Carlos, very true. Under 200 yards, you're as deadly as can be. Under 200 yards, you don't have much of a drop at all. I think your drop is 4 to 6 inches at 100 to 150 yards. So 300 subsonic. Now you put a suppressor on there, nobody hears you. You make no sound. It's like you dropped a branch in the woods, or not even that. I mean, you make really no sound in the woods, or you're very quiet. From 150 yards down, you are quiet and you are deadly. And if you got these optics on here and you're set up ready to roll, oh, it's a world that you haven't been in before, because you're quiet and you're deadly and you're accurate. So, and you're shooting out one heck of a bullet. That's a 200 grain, 190. I got to look back. Here's the other one. I enjoy this so much, and I look at so many different things that sometimes I get a little confused at my weights and all the different things, because I'm always looking at different things, or how can we do things differently. And sometimes I got to go back and say, okay, now this is, I want to be right on this, so I got to look a little bit better. So with that, I want to say thanks, everybody. Only action. Yeah, all you're going to hear, Carlos, you're so right here. All you're going to hear, if you put a suppressor on the front of that and run subsonic with a 300 blackout within 150 yards, you're going to be accurate. You're going to be deadly accurate. And yes, all you're going to hear is the action of the rifle. That's it. It's scary. It's actually kind of scary what you can do with 300 blackout subsonic. And you're shooting out a 30 caliber bullet that's running under 1,200 feet per second. I think, if I remember right, the sound barrier is 1,250 or 1,200. So you're running that bullet at 1,100, 1,150, probably right at 12. Let's say 1,000 to 1,100 to 1,200 feet a second is what you're running, a 200 grain bullet. and it's got a heck of a wallop to it. So yes, you're right. So there's a lot of things you can do with the Red Legion Defense modular weapon system. I'll keep these guns forever. I'll probably give them to Grant. I have no reason to sell these guns. I've had them for so long. I enjoy. If you noticed, this gun is like brand new. I probably bought it close to 40 years ago. And it's like the day I bought it. And the same with all my other weapons. This gun here, God help that I live another 40 years, it'll look like it does today. I enjoy taking care of. I like cleaning guns. I like taking care of guns. I like taking them apart and doing all kinds of stuff. 9mm ammo pistol. Carlos, we can do that. I can do it. It just takes me some time to figure a lot of this out because all I've dealt with since I was probably 16 years old is deer hunting rounds or 30-30 or really the 5.56 NATO rounds because we used to go up to Badger Ammunitions. They made all the ammunition for the Vietnam War was made in about an hour, not even an hour north of here at Baraboo. So we would go up there and buy surplus ammo and shoot like crazy. So all of our coyote loads, I shot a lot of deer with the 5.56 223. It's a great, and a lot of that I think was 72 or 75 grain that we were buying. So it was a good deer load that we were able to buy up there at Badger Ammunition. So it really wasn't Badger Ammunition. It was Delaney's that was across the road. He was a salvage guy. It was right across the road from Badger Ammunition. We'd go up there and buy all the ammo we wanted, and it was that was kind of nice. I wish we had that going on today, but we don't. And that's why I said things change. I'm not going to use these rifles anymore. I'll keep these rifles. I'm going to use a Red Legion Defense modular weapons system because I can build this rifle to fit what I'm looking to do. If I'm going to go down to Texas and shoot hogs, I'm going to have a way I want to set it up for that. If I want to hunt whitetails here in Wisconsin, I'm going to set this gun up for that. And then if I want to leave it in the house and use it for home defense, I have a way that I can change it around, but I'll have the same optics, the same upper, and the same lower, and really the same buttstock, same handguard. You can change every component of this rifle to fit the situation that you're looking to build your rifle for. So that's what I wanted to explain to everybody. And I wanted to say thank you. Join me for more of this. I enjoy doing it. And also, if you have products, you have services to have to do with the outdoors, I can send you a link here. And I want to talk about what you're doing. That's why I keep doing this week after week. I got Duffy coming up. We've got the Musk Expo coming up. I got stuff I'm doing on Auxit with Hogan Vesseret and Mike. So there's a lot going on. And we got the ammo too. So here's the other one. If you want 9mm ammo, get a hold of us. We will get you ammo. We have a lot of ammo here. So we're a very talented young lady who is doing... Yes, she's taking care of. We're going to have apparel. We've got a great bunch, and I'm hoping over the course of time here that I can introduce everybody to all of you out there that's part of what we're doing here at Red Legion Defense. So with that, I want to say thank you, everybody, and join me next week for more of We Care You Matter.